All right, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Real Lil, and I'm here to do another live stream talking some boxing. Y'all know how I feel about my boxing. All right, y'all already know. If y'all follow me and y'all follow my live streams and my radio shows, you know that I'm a boxing fanatic. All right, I'm a boxing guy. I love my boxing. I love all sports, as you all know if you follow me. I have two radio shows, sports radio shows. I talk basketball, I talk football, I talk collegiate level, I talk all that. Listen, I am Mr. ESPN himself. You're looking at him. But boxing has a special place in my heart that, when it comes to fight night, listen, you better not text my phone. You better not call me. I don't want nothing. Don't hit me up, none of that. Don't ask me to do nothing. I'm not doing it. I'm watching the boxing match right now. It's fight night. I don't want to be bothered. Something about fight night. But nevertheless, before I get into this Broner Pacquiao fight reactions, I need y'all, yes you, the person that's listening to this live, trying to get my reactions. I need you to subscribe to the channel right now and hit that bell icon so you, my friends, can get the latest updates when I do live streams. Because when I do live streams, I do live streams. All right, like I said, I have two radio shows a week, and I post them on my YouTube. Soon as the video come out, along with live streams after various sporting events. Now, I haven't did a live stream in a minute, in a long time. That's because I have been very busy, but I'm back, and I'm about to give you my reactions to this Broner and Pacquiao fight right at this very moment. Boom. All right, so what I want to start with right now is my first take of this fight. All right, first of all, before I even get into my first take, going into this fight, we all knew the tail of the tape, right? The saying goes, number never lies, all right? Stats never lies. So going into this fight, I said to myself, listen, I want to see a couple things, right? In Pacquiao, I want to see if Pacquiao still got the juice. Does he still got the juice? He showed me a lot against Lucas Matisse, when he knocked him out in the 7th round. That was the best Pacquiao I've seen since his prime days, all right? Because prior to that fight, we've been seeing the slacking Pacquiao. So the keys to the matchup was we gonna see that Pacquiao that let his hands go Pacquiao, and pretty much we all know he's gonna let his hands go for the most part, right? Broner was the same thing. Well, we know Pacquiao was gonna let his hands go rather, but Broner was the one we wanted to know if he was gonna let his hands go, because we all know he's swift. We all know he can move. We all know he got a strong chin, you feel me? But could he let his hands go? That was the question. He heard about all the speculation. A lot of people did not expect Broner to win this fight. So going into this fight, I'm thinking we're going to see a more motivated Broner, because this is the biggest fight of his career. And after watching this fight, what the hell are you doing? What the hell are you doing? This brother, listen, I know for defensive fighters, right? Listen, this is a boxing match, and I know how important defense is in any sport. I know how important it is. And it's important in all sports, basketball, football. You got to stop your opponent sometimes to get your offense going. I know. I understand the importance of defense. I'm a sports guy. I'm a sports historian. I know the importance of playing defense, right? But at some point, especially in boxing, the judge, what the hell are they supposed to score on the daggone scorecard if you're not letting your hands go at all? If you're not letting your hands go at all, what the hell are they supposed to score? They supposed to score, jips to the side? Oh, that's a point. Oh, another point. Another matrix. Ooh, another point. What the hell are they supposed to score? That's what I want to know. This brother Broner was not letting his hands go at all, and that's the same Broner that I have been seeing. I don't see no difference in this Broner that I haven't seen in the last couple of fights. None. It's the same Broner, not letting his hands go at all. At all. And that's something that you got to do. All right? The first 3 rounds I gave to Pacquiao. Thought Pacquiao won the first 3 rounds easily. Broner wasn't really doing too much. 4th round, Broner, he caught 2 right hands, 2 right jabs that, it wasn't much, but it was something. And I felt that it was enough to get him the 4th round. I gave Broner the 4th round, right? So now Broner, in my round estimation, is trailing 3 rounds to 1. I gave Broner the 1st round. In the beginning, though, I would say this. I thought Pacquiao should have had more patience. Pacquiao came like a cannon out of a bull. Like he just came out. You know that bull game where people be riding the horse, which I don't never understand that BS. You know, riding a daggone horse. Next thing you know, you fall off and get stampede. But you know when you come out the thing. Pacquiao shot out like that. He looking like he was ready for a knockout. And normally you set up your offense in order to get the knockout. You just don't come aiming. That's some Deontay Wilder madness right there. But the thing about Deontay Wilder is that he got a strong chin. Pacquiao don't got as a strong chin than Deontay Wilder. We saw with Marquez. One well Marquez did to him when he came out firing, doing all this offensive moves and forgot about defense. We saw what happened to him. He got knocked out, and we all thought the Pacquiao era was over. So coming out so aggressive, I thought Pacquiao needed a little bit more patience. Musa, calm down, set up your defense. But unfortunately, on the Broner side, he wasn't even letting his hands go. So it was nothing that he could have exploited that Pacquiao was doing. Because throughout the matchup, I called my dad, sports fanatic. I said, listen, Pacquiao, he asked me how Pacquiao look. I said Pacquiao looked good offensively. However, there was some things that I see as a fan, and I'm not even a boxer, but as a fan, as a sports historian, I can see, some spots where, you could have capitalized on Pacquiao offensively if you was able to let your hands go. But Broner was not doing that. So I thought Broner had a couple of opportunities to really hurt Pacquiao. But guess what? The brother forgot to all about his offense. It was almost like he was just trying to survive the fight. And in boxing, you cannot survive the fight. You have to survive obviously when you're in turmoil. But you gotta be able to generate some offense because judges look at those type of things. All right, it's a boxing match. It's not a dodgeball event. It's a boxing match. Boxing, what does box mean? To box, to jab, to let your hands go. And Broner was not doing that. The round 5, I thought it was a swing round. Broner started off strong, but Pacquiao finished it strong. And there was a lot of rounds like that where Broner started the fight strong, getting a couple jabs in, especially with the right hook. But then I don't know. And normally when you start off good for Broner, I was expecting him to continue to to move, to let his hands go. Once you got the brother, but he wasn't doing that. He didn't want no parts of that. So round 5 was a swing round. If you would have gave it to Broner, I won't fight you on it. If you would have gave it to Pacquiao, I won't fight you on it. I didn't really give it. I just thought it was a toss up. So I said, I'll leave that up to the judges. That's not up for me to decide. So I said round 5 was a swing round. Um, and yes, I take notes. I take notes and during the fight, so I can remember everything because I can't remember, everything after the fight from round 1 to 12. So I had to take some notes. But round 5, that was that's I just talked about round 5. Pacquiao after round 5, Pacquiao put the pressure on the 6th round. All right, this is where I called them to the tornado rounds, in which Pacquiao was coming like a tornado in the 6th and the 7th round, especially those 2 rounds right there. Pacquiao was like a tornado. It was tornado Pacquiao, hurricane Pacquiao. Okay, all right. So round 6, he put pressure on Broner, caught him with a nice left hook, a nice uppercut, and caught him right on the belly button, right, not really on the belly button, but right on the button, like just right, caught him with a nice jab to the face, in which it hurt Broner. Definitely. Offensively in the 7th round was the same thing. I called it the tornado round. It was an offensive tornado by Manny Pacquiao. And Broner, to his credit, he held Pacquiao head down and hold him to try to generate some time to not get knocked out, which is a smart tactic. Yeah, if you're a boxing fan, that's something you don't really want to see. If you're a Manny Pacquiao fan, that's something that you don't want to see. As a judge or a ref, that's something you don't want to see. But to his defense, he was playing defense, and it was a smart tactic, because he was probably going to get knocked down in that round if he didn't do that. So that was a smart tactic by Broner. Yes, it's ugly, but sometimes ugly is what help you get by, right? So yes, that was the 8th round. Um, and then the ninth round is one of those rounds that I classified just now of Broner starting early, good, catching Pacquiao with a couple jabs and not letting his hands go to finish up the round and letting that round go. Letting Pacquiao come out at the end and have that offensive tornado that he had in the 6th and 7th round. So towards the end of the ninth round, it was that Manny Pacquiao tornado that came again. Caught him with a left jab right on the button. It looked like he was going to fall. He stumbled. He got surprised. But that shows you the fact that he didn't get knocked out on that jab. That shows you that, the brother got he got a chin. He cut off the beard today. He got the chin exposed. But it showed that, he got a strong chin, Broner. I can't knock him for that. The eighth round was a swing round also, by the way. But yes, the show Broner had a strong chin in the ninth round, but still not letting your hands go. I don't know who the hell you expecting to judge you and give you that fight. So round 10 was a Broner round. I gave Broner that round. Round 10. But like I said, Broner, he had to let his hands go more. I was not seeing that at all. It was a couple of times in the fight where he was looking at the clock. Like he wanted the clock to end. And I'm just like, yo, I never seen that before. I never seen a fighter worrying about the clock at all. Like he probably is worrying about this. I'm pretty sure there are a lot of fighters who had the time in their head. All right, the fight gonna end now, but they don't show. They don't actually look like, oh, yo, help me, man. How much time I got left before I get knocked out? That's what Broner showed today. And honestly, once I saw that, now this fight is over. He was out in there for a paycheck, or he was out in there to survive. After that, all right, and it felt like Broner's game plan was a counterpunch. You know what I'm saying? Because that's where basically his strength is counterpunching. But he wasn't even doing that. He wasn't even doing nothing. I mean, counterpunch, you have some type of offense in it. Obviously, it's more of a defensive thing, but you have offense to go along with it. He didn't have no offense in this fight at all. So technically, he wasn't counterpunching. He was surviving punching. Or he wasn't even punching. He was just surviving. All right? I don't know why at the end of the fight, Broner threw his hands up. Oh, yeah, I won this. Da-da-da. Brother, you didn't win the fight. And if I'm Broner, I'm firing everybody on that training staff that was in that corner, because I don't know what the hell they were telling this brother. I'm looking at the corner, and I'm looking at his trainer, and his trainer is making it seem like, oh, you're doing pretty good. Just move. No, tell a brother to let his hands go. I would have fired everybody on that job. I don't know what the hell they was telling him. Listen, if I was a trainer, I would look Broner dead in the eye and be like, listen, you're getting your ass beat. You're getting your ass beat. You're getting lit up. All right? You got to let your hands go. I would have told him that straight up. I don't care. I'm not going to baby the brother. I ain't going to play him a pacifier, hand him a pacifier, be like, oh, you're doing good. You just got to move. You got to move. You got to be special. He was moving the whole entire fight. You don't got to move no more. This ain't the cha-cha slide. Throw your hands up. All right? Let your hands go. Get him with a jab. Come on. Simple as that. And that's the question that I had of Broner going into this fight, and those questions wasn't answered. It was the same thing. The same thing. All right? The key to Pacquiao, one thing about Pacquiao, even though Pacquiao doesn't always look offensively sharp, one thing is for sure. He let his hands go. When you see Pacquiao, you see offense. You know you're going to get offense when you're dealing with Pacquiao. Broner is the total opposite. You're not going to see a guy that's going to light you up. And one thing about Mayweather, since there's a lot of Mayweather and Broner comparisons, which needs to stop. Because one thing about Mayweather, even though Mayweather is known as a defensive fighter and Broner has good defense in fighting, Mayweather, he knew how to box. He when he had to throw punches, even though I can sometimes criticize Mayweather in his last couple of fights for trying to survive and not giving us a work, at the time, like, you know what I'm saying, people ordering pay-per-view, you want to see a boxing match. So even though I criticize Mayweather sometimes on how he was more defense instead of letting his hands go, but Mayweather had to let his hands go. He had to, he'll knock you down. He had knockouts prior in his prime of his career. He showed that. So Broner, you gotta show something, man. You gotta show something. You cannot be, you can't be doing all this and expect, oh yeah, I won that fight at the end of the buzzer. Oh yeah, I won. Yeah, I want the hood with me, man. Yeah. The hood know I won that fight. No, the hood know you didn't win that fight. The hood know you didn't win that fight. All right? At some point, if you're going to talk all that yin yang, yo, you got to back it up, yo. Seriously. Seriously. I wanted Broner to win this fight. I like both guys. I like Pacquiao. I like Broner. But I wanted Broner to win this fight simply because he was being doubted. Everybody was questioning this brother. People was questioning if he even want to box. Like, is it all about the money for the cat or what? People was questioning his boxing motives down to that. And when people do that, shoot, I know if I, with the radio shows that I do, I know people question my, you know, dedication to my radio show. Cause trust me, I put a lot of work into my craft. Trust me, they best and believe it. 24/7. Once I'm done with this live, I'm thinking about my next move. That's how I do. I operate like a robot. I robot up in here, cause I don't play. When somebody questions your motive and your dedication to your craft that you love, oh nah, that happened to me, boy. I'm having the best radio show in America, man. So I thought that Broner, I wanted to catch him, and I thought he was gonna come out looking sharp. You know what I'm saying? I had my doubts myself, yeah, but I thought Broner was gonna come out sharp. He did not do that. You're on pay-per-view. All right. Guys are buying the fight, illegal streaming it, you know, taking time out their busy schedule to see you and Pacquiao have a great fight. Pacquiao, who's 40, who's at the end of his career, versus a guy that has a lot to prove. We want to see a good fight. And to not show up like that offensively, I mean, to have people come out, plane tickets, wasting their time, that's a waste of daggone time. That's literally the waste of daggone time. You want to show up. Your family's in the crowd. You want to show up. At some point, you got to box, and that's Broner's problem. Now, Pacquiao, I don't know what's in the loom for Pacquiao. Obviously, I believe he wants to fight more. He says he wants to fight more. Mayweather, obviously, though, that's the big name for him right now. And I know a lot of people that I talk to, that after that Mayweather Pacquiao won, they don't even care about the shit no more. They really don't at all. Like after they saw Pacquiao won, Mayweather won, that looked like a prom dance, and they didn't even want to they don't care about it no more. But there's some people that it's boxing, and those are two icons, so they want to see it, right? I want to see it. You know what I'm saying? I just want to see it because I'm a boxing fan. I want to see all the fights I can get. Pacquiao was one of the best in his prime. Mayweather obviously is one of the best fighters ever too. And we just want to see them before they walk out the door, before they hang up their boxing gloves, right? So I don't know what it is. Mayweather, obviously, he's doing Mayweather things, saying that I'm retired, I'm happy, da da da. They're coming back and fighting Karate Kids. I mean, whatever the cat name is, I don't know how to pronounce his name. I didn't forget the name. I just don't know how to pronounce it. Nakaswa, Nahasawa, da da da. The guy that he fought on New Year's Day in Japan, that's a Karate Kid. And I mean, the brother was crying after the fight. He looked like somebody could have read him a bedtime story. It was useless. All right, what are you doing fighting Conor McGregor, catch like that? If you want to box, you box. I said this on my radio show a couple episodes ago. If you want to box, you box. If you want to do UFC, you do UFC with UFC rules. All right, you want to kickbox, you do kickboxing, not boxing. And you know what I'm saying? I just don't understand it. I don't. Mayweather sometimes irritates me. I'm a Mayweather fan for the most part of my life. I always love watching Mayweather, but there's some parts of Mayweather that irritates me. The fact of the matter is his last couple of choices as opponents walking out the door, like Broner and you know what I'm saying, fighting Marcus Bandana twice. I thought it was a waste of time. It was a waste of time, especially when people wanted to see Pacquiao. Fighting Pacquiao towards the end of his career, because that fight should have been made a long time ago. Stuff like that. Listen, I'm a realist. I have my sports fans. I have my icons that I look up to in each sport that I'm like, all right, I like him. But one thing I would never do is throw somebody BS under the rug for nobody. I don't even do that. Even my favorite player of any sport in the world, which is happened to be Tom Brady, I would never throw under the rug. All right, you cheat, you cheat. I call you out on it. You do something that that's a coward move. I call you. I come at you at it. Just like Anthony Joshua, he's ducking Deontay Wilder. We all know that. I'm an Anthony Joshua guy. I like Anthony Joshua, not no more, because at the end of the day, I don't like cowards. I don't like meows. All right, I don't at all. So Mayweather, I don't know what he's doing. I don't know. He was at the ringside. I'm pretty sure he wanted to see how Pacquiao look. I just don't know. Hopefully we get that fight. Or Pacquiao, I mean, hey, you don't need Mayweather. You still got Crawford in the division, who's at the top of the division along with Spence. You still got Porter, who's a bull. Porter is a bull. One thing about Porter, his fight scheme may be ugly, the way how he throws his hands, but he comes at you. You still got that. Danny Garcia still was a good fighter. I thought that fight between him and Porter was a draw. I just felt like Danny Garcia should have let his hands go more. He had that Broner problem, but he let his hands go more than Broner. Especially, all right, like, I'm not even going to classify the two as the same because Danny Garcia fought. But he still got those cats. So if Mayweather want to play games and want to play that cool dude, oh, I'm a tired. Yeah, I'm a tired and fight UFC guys and let him go fight UFC guys. Let him tarnish his own resume. And at the end of the day, I think that's what he's doing. To be honest with you, tarnishing his resume. What do you get out of fighting UFC fighters that have no boxing experience and boxing rules? I don't understand. I don't see what you get out of it. That doesn't elevate. I just felt that Mayweather was dead broke. That's why the hell he probably fought these cats because he broke. He throw money at strippers. Yeah, I'm cashing out. Yeah, look at me. Making it rain, 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 rain. Yup. And then that's why he wanted these fights. So listen, man, ladies and gentlemen, wherever Pacquiao decides to go from here, it'd be the good. It would be the best for Pacquiao. I believe Pacquiao still got something in the tank. Obviously, he got the check to deposit to the bank. I just made that because that rhymes. But yeah, that's what I got to say about this fight. Like I said, Broner should have let his hands go more. He didn't. Pacquiao won the fight. You never know with these judges what it's gonna come down to. So technically, you'll watch a 12-round boxing match and you'll know who won the fight in your mind. But then when it comes to the judges, it's a whole different thing. It's a second fight. All right, when the bell rings, do do do, and it goes to the judges, that's a second fight right there because they sometimes be seeing a whole different fight. So you just never know. But the judges came through, and we see Pacquiao got jerked a couple times. I thought he won against Jeff Horn, even though he didn't look good against Jeff Horn. He still won against Jeff Horn. He got robbed a couple times. He fought Marquez, probably got robbed in there too. So with that, with the history of Pacquiao not getting certain fights and the way how boxing cheats sometimes overall, I just never knew when it came to the judges. But they gave it to Pacquiao as he deserved it because he clearly won the fight offensively. He showed way more than Broner did, and that's what you have. All right, those are my reactions. Before I log out this live, I need y'all to subscribe to my channel because y'all can see I'm very excited when it comes to sports. I have a lot of energy. I'm charismatic. I come prepared. I have my stats. I do what I do. I have 2 radio shows. The Real Lil Show. I just had a radio show, sports radio show that ended. We had our last episode a couple months ago. That's the famous Mike and Lil Keeping It Real radio show on 90.5. I have another brand new sports show coming out in February. A couple days after the Super Bowl. Definitely. That's gonna be in full blast. I still got the Real Lil Show on S Street Media. Even though it's about that time for me to go back and finish up my last few semesters of college, I'm gonna bring that show to the radio station, at the university, along with during the vacations coming back to S Street Media on the platform in the city and doing what I do outside of that environment. So I got a gig at a media company. I had a performance at a restaurant on the Five Spot where I had a segment where I had my show performed in front of people that never happened before in my career. That was a good experience. That's the last episode in my life. Definitely check that out. Like I said, I'm international. I know all sports down to tennis. I do let live streams also in between here. I haven't did a live stream in a long time. And this is my first live stream in a minute. But I have an episode dropping very soon within the next couple of days. Whenever I get that video in my possession, the episode with me and my father, the Real Lil Show, like father like son, that's supposed to be dropping should be dropping either today or tomorrow. On one of these days, hopefully, about time. We shot that episode 2 weeks ago. It's been delayed, and I haven't got the video in my possession yet. So I'm waiting to get the video in my possession so I can let it out to y'all. And I might do another live, talking some football. Obviously, the conference championship games are tomorrow for y'all football fans who are along with the boxing fans who know about each sport. We got the conference championship games coming out tomorrow. I'm excited for it. But I'll definitely get my reactions on my predictions in another live. And like I said, listen, this is your boy Real Lil. Subscribe to the channel, hit that bell, cause you can tell I know what the hell I'm doing. All right, peace out.